From emerging talent to sprint royalty, this video dives into two unforgettable 100m performances that redefine speed and dominance.
Best of 10-9, the American hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 1085 athlete. Baspitai of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 meters. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10-8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryll Neita of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland, but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running too here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side too from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half.
Swimming the track, so it'll be interesting.
So that's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the world champion, the multiple Olympic champion, multiple world champion. She opened her season locally with a 200 meters. Now she's contesting the 100 meter event. This, though, is Kadisha Dallas from MVP. She goes in lane 1. Beside her, Ramona Burchell from Sprintec.
Yeah, former NCAA champion representing University of Alabama.
Now, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane number 4.
Yeah, 10.84, her season's best, and she just looks as good as she has been in years gone by. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce goes in lane 4.
Yeah, this lady has been having a wonderful season. She has switched camp. Natasha Morrison now at MVP.
Yeah, well, back at MVP, Natasha Morrison with 10.87 has done well this season.
Beside her,
yeah, Kashika Cameron improving steadily this season.
Jodine Williams, 2017 at the World Championship, over 200 meters for Jamaica.
Yeah, here's Michelle Harriet representing GC Foster, ran early in the 200 meters, just using the Destiny series to sharpen up for the national championship.
So, 7 competitors. Kadisha Dallas, Ramona Burchell, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Natasha Morrison, Kashika Cameron, Jodine Williams, and Michelle Harriet. Has a feel of probably a first round or a semi-final at the National Senior Championships.
Yeah, I'd agree with the first round.
5 sections here. This is section 1. Sent away first time of asking. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets a bullet start. Natasha Morrison is right there with her. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce steps away. Look at the world champion step away. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce comes across the line. 10.68 the flash time. We wait to see if that is confirmed. 10.64 for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Wow! What a run that was!
Wow, that is
record. If the wind is legal, it is a national record from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Wow. That was scintillating. 10.64. I doubt she was expecting that this morning either. She has taken her sprinting to another realm, to another level now. 10.64.
I think it's 10.63.
The third fastest ever. 10.63. Rounded down to 10.63. And only Flo Jo and Carmelita Jetta have gone faster on record. But my, this is, look, as we look back at the replay, we always expected her to get out to a quick start.
Yeah, but
she did that. But she kept going away and going away and going away. And you saw the speed in that. This is almost like watching a few years ago when Usain Bolt ran 9.7 for the first time at the National Stadium. This is 10.6. This is the fastest any woman has run on Jamaican soil. And of course, she's now the fastest Jamaican woman of all time. Previous personal best of 10.70, but 10.64. Wow, wow.
Officially,
wow.
10.63.
10.63.
And at one point I thought she would have slowed down. So she's in the lead now. Natasha Morrison trying to stay with her, and we're all lost for words because at this point Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce fully focused.
The women's 100 meters has always been a stage where generations collide, where rising stars test themselves against established legends. In 2 electrifying races, the sprint world witnessed exactly that contrast. The fearless emergence of Tia Clayton and the timeless dominance of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. In Poland, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The field was stacked with proven names like Tamari Davis, Natasha Morrison, and Daryll Neita, athletes known for their consistency and championship experience. The spotlight also shone brightly on local favorite Ewa Swoboda, who carried the hopes of the home crowd. But as the gun fired, it became clear that this race would belong to someone else. Tia Clayton exploded from the blocks with a reaction time that immediately put pressure on the field. Her transition phase was smooth, her stride frequency sharp and controlled. By 30 meters, she had already established herself as a serious contender. While Davis and Neita fought to maintain contact through the middle phase, Clayton showed remarkable composure for such a young sprinter. There was no tightening, no panic, just controlled aggression. In the final meters, she powered through the line, securing a statement victory that confirmed her evolution from promising talent to genuine threat on the global stage. Now contrast that with another 100-meter masterclass, this time from one of the greatest to ever do it. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce approached her race with the aura of a champion who has nothing left to prove but still everything to deliver. Known for arguably the most explosive start in women's sprint history, she once again demonstrated why the first 30 meters are her kingdom. From lane 4, she crouched into the blocks with calm intensity. At the sound of the gun, Fraser-Pryce detonated forward. Her drive phase was textbook, low, powerful, efficient. By the halfway mark, she had already dismantled the field. Where Clayton's victory represented emergence, Fraser-Pryce's performance represented authority. Her stride remained compact yet forceful, and even as others tried to respond in the final 20 meters, the gap was already decisive. She didn't just win, she controlled the race from start to finish. What makes this comparison fascinating is the contrast in narrative. Clayton symbolizes the new generation, fearless, ambitious, and technically refined beyond her years. Fraser-Pryce embodies sustained excellence, a sprinter who has mastered every phase of the race and continues to execute under pressure. Both performances reinforce a fundamental truth about the 100 meters. The race is short, but the margins are brutal. Starts matter. Transition matters. Relaxation at top speed matters. Whether it's a rising Jamaican star announcing her arrival or a living legend reminding the world of her supremacy, the women's 100 meters remains the purest test of speed, and in these races, speed was nothing short of spectacular.